Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's update because I have hit 3 new pans. Technically I hit 4 pans, but one of those eyeshadows got rolled into my pan, those eyeshadows, so the 4th pan belongs to that project. But nonetheless, we have 4 pans, and this project is created by Sophie. She created this a few years ago, and this is my 3rd year doing it. So basically you randomly pick a palette to work on and hit 1 pan in there and use all eyeshadows once each. So basically no pan left behind style, plus hitting pan, and then you level up to level 2, hit 2 pans, use all eyeshadows twice, and you can do it all the way up to level 5 and then reset it back to level 1, or you can keep going up to 6, 7, 8. I reset it after level 5 because usually it takes a lot longer to hit 4 pans in a certain palette. For my level 4 palette, I picked up all of my singles. I don't have a ton of singles. I only have 8 single eyeshadows, and I rolled all of them into this project, and 2 out of those 8 eyeshadows already had pan on them. So my goal is to hit 4 more pans and then I can level up to level 5. Before I share my update with you guys, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Rupneet and I do a lot of project pans, especially related to eyeshadows. And now let's take a look at our very first eyeshadow, which is this Natasha Denona single in the shade Helio. I think it's from Retro palette. I have 3 single eyeshadows from Natasha Denona, and I received all 3 of them as a gift from Sephora with like certain minimum purchase, I guess a few years ago. Now Sephora stopped carrying Natasha Denona as a brand itself. This one already had pan on it, and I used it 4 times to hit the usage goal. So we have hit our usage goal on this one. This is a really nice one and done eyeshadow sort of look. It's a perfect balance of shimmer and sparkles for an everyday wear. And next 2 Natasha Denona eyeshadows did not have any pan on them. So let's take a look at the first one. So this one is from Glam palette, and I hit pan on this one after using it 8 more times in this project. I had to close the window, there was so much noise outside. Anyway, let's get back to this eyeshadow. So I used it 8 times in this project to hit the pan, and then I used it 2 more times to expand the pan a little bit, and I'm really glad that I was able to get use out of my ignored singles. And this is a beautiful shade. Out of all 3 of these shimmer eyeshadows from Natasha Denona, this is the most sparkliest one. And the 3rd eyeshadow is also something I hit pan on. This is from Zendo palette, and I think it's called Sense. I hit pan on this eyeshadow after using it 5 times in this project. It takes a little bit of building up. It doesn't have a lot of sparkles, so it's not one of my favorite eyeshadow. Like, I am not super crazy about this color either. I used it twice more to expand the pan a little bit more, so in total I used it 7 times in this project. And then I have this multi-chrome eyeshadow from this brand called Mars. It comes from Northern Lights in a Pan collection. I have 2 of them. Not the same shades though. So this one is called Finland Flash, and this one already had pan on it. I used it 4 more times and hit my usage goal. Also expanded the pan in here. All of these eyeshadows are very shallow. They have like 0.4 grams of product, including the Natasha Denona ones as well. And I hit pan on the next Northern Lights in a Pan eyeshadow, which is called Norwegian Nights, and I hit pan on this one after using it just 3 times, and I used it once more to hit the 4 uses, and this is the 3rd pan for level 4. Now let's take a look at our last 3 eyeshadows. They all come from AOA Studio. So the first one is called Exotic, and I was really close to hitting pan on this one. I used it 10 times since last update, and we have pan on this one, but it got rolled into my pan, those eyeshadows. So some of those uses belong to that project. When it got rolled into my pan, those eyeshadows project, I had already used this, I guess, 5-6 times as part of this project, and that helped to hit pan on this one. And I kept using it after hitting pan as well because I wanted to make sure that I have 4 uses as part of this project. So yeah, this pan is not counting towards the 4th pan, but I'm glad that we have another pan, and this is a really nice blending shade for blending out greens and other warm eyeshadows. And next eyeshadow is something that I used 16 times since last update, and this one is called Starlet. It's matte white eyeshadow. I love using it, so I mix it with my eyeshadows from ABH Palette, which is my Pan That palette, because that one lacks light blending out shades for me, and I mix it with matte eyeshadows in there to lighten them up, and it works beautifully. It's so smooth. I'm pretty sure I'll hit pan on this one by next update because I'm using it almost every day, and it has a big tip going on, so I won't have any issues hitting pan on this one. Next eyeshadow is also from AOA Studio, and it's their shimmer, and it's called Ice Queen. It's a white shimmer eyeshadow. I used it for a total of 17 times. I used it even more than the matte white shade. I wear it in my inner corners. That's why the dip is very concentrated, because I use a tiny brush. I can also hit pan on this one if I really focus on doing so, but I have hit my 4 uses on all of these eyeshadows. So whichever pan comes first from both of these eyeshadows, and whenever that happens, I will call this level done and I'll level up to level 5. But for now, we only have one more pan to hit, and then we are going to be leveling up, which is really exciting. I have been successful in this level because I was only working on 8 eyeshadows, and most of them had really tiny product in them, and that's why I was able to hit pan really fast. And the remaining eyeshadows are the ones that I can use every day. For example, these 2 white shades, like this matte and this shimmer, are something that I can incorporate in my everyday eye looks. So these are really handy to reach for, and this eyeshadow had tons of previous usage. That's why I was able to hit pan on this one really fast, even though it got rolled into another project, but still it counts. So yeah, I think it has been a really successful level 4 for me, and that's all I have for today's update. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching, wherever in the world you are. I will see you in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.